Okay. I think I went live. Where's everybody at? We pop out this chat. Pop out. You know the vibes. Don't I have a Mons replay joint? Are you serious? Pussy. I had to do this on stream because I don't really like doing post commentary of shit. I feel like it's quite boring if I do it in a video. But I figure it's funnier on stream where we can pretend that it's live, because it is for the majority of y'all at least. How's everybody doing today on this fine, I guess it's now Tuesday, on this fine Tuesday? How's everybody doing? Oh wait, yesterday was Monday. I'm tripping. I gotta make this a little bigger though. I almost got it. We've almost hit. Oh, we went too big. We went too big, folks. Agency return. Hold on. We're almost there. Whatever. Fuck it. This is good enough. I don't give a fuck. How's everybody doing? Big tournament series. I got two series today. It'll be great. It'll be a blast. It'll be an absolute blast. Tell me in the chat right now how y'all are doing. I know it's late. It's very late, but you know I had to come through with the stream. Little tournament swag. It's true agency hours. That's facts. Triple upload, facts. Agency, come in. It's time. It's time. Everyone knows we live for these moments. We live for these moments right here. These tournament moments. Wait a minute. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on. Sometimes should be really annoying. Hold on. Okay, cool. My voice is really low. Shut up it. This is better. You tell me. Anyways, this is versus Soulwind. My pal from a long time ago. Well, we're still pals. One of my best pals. But yeah. This is one of my best buds from Mons. We've played before many times in tournament. You know what I'm saying? So we played again. They matched us up for round 2 of the Scarlet Violet $1,000 invitational. So Smogon's having a $1,000, or not invitational, it's just a tournament. It's a Scarlet and Violet tournament. It's like a kickoff tour because it just came out, and it's a $1,000 prize, and the prize is being funded by Temp6T. So big shots to him. He's a goat. So you know I had to sign up, because you know I wanna win the first Scarlet Violet tournament. You know that would be heat. So I had to sign up. You know, put my mark on the tier. I enjoy Scarlet Violet OU. It's fun. I mean, any tier in the beginning is pretty fun, right? That's how it usually is. So I feel like, you know, it's all good. But how are you guys liking Gen 9? Now that it's been a solid 3 weeks, how have you guys been liking this? Is that shit fire or is that shit horrible? What would you guys say? Like it more than Gen 8? Like it more than Gen 7? What would we say? What would we say, honestly? What would we say?
Hey guys, if you like
what would you all say? What would you say? Because I feel like the majority of people are pretty polarized on this. Like some people are pretty exhausted by it already. Better than Gen 8? Is that what y'all think? It's a lot of fun so far. I miss my balance. Facts. 7/9/8. I can agree with that. 7 will always be my favorite tier. 7 had some 7 just had some sauce to it that not many could ever, you know, replicate. Okay, cool. They need to make Gen 7 3. Oh, they need to make Gen 7 again. I like the 4 Ruin Mons. Those are pretty fun. Those are like cool Pokemon. Absolutely, those are fun Pokemon. Yeah, that's true. We're kind of in like a beta metagame until Home comes out. Once Home comes out, I expect some tiering type shit to happen. We'll probably get like a suspect test on Terastallized, but I don't know. Probably in the next few weeks, they'll come to their first initial decision on Terastallized and decide what needs to be done about it. Because Terastallized is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, you know. We'll see. Shout out Quirky Sparrow. Let's go. Agency stream to kick off my day. Facts. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. We out here. Kick off your day. What is your time zone, my good sir? What time is it for everybody right now? It's almost midnight over here. But let it be known that it's okay. That it's okay. I got that energy in me. I'm ready to go. 11:43 p.m. A lot of 11:40. A lot of East Coast. That's what I like to see. 10:43 Central, 3:43 p.m. in Australia. Now that is crazy. That is fire. You know, in Australia they be living in the future. It's a nice Wednesday afternoon over there. Shout out to Australia. That's crazy cool. 4:45 a.m. Oh, you insane. Let's see. I envy the Australian guy. Gets to watch Blunder at a reasonable time at night. I apologize for the late streams, but I will tell you this. I will do some early streams on Saturday and Sunday. I like streaming early on those days. I think that is very enjoyable. So on Saturday and Sunday, maybe even Friday, but probably not Friday because I got shit to do. But on Saturday and Sunday, I'll definitely try to stream in the morning because I don't even be doing shit in the morning on Saturday, Sunday. So I feel like I have time to stream. Making a video is not that long. That shit only takes like 45 minutes because I just click record. If I lose 5 times in a row and I click record, well, fuck it. I guess today's video is a big disaster. But I'm gonna still title it, I fought very hard with Qian Pao. Here's what happened, ... and then parentheses, disaster, all caps. And then the thumbnail would be Qian Pao, some arrows, me looking sad. And then I would probably put in text F- rank Qian Pao and blame it on him. Just letting you know that's a video formula, but streaming on the other hand, you need that time. You need that time cut out. This is so sad. Could get 10 new members. We have to pull out the secret weapon, the green arrow. Now I have used the green arrow a few times, but you have to be cautious with the green arrow. You got to understand, while the green arrow is a great tool, you can't spam that. You can't spam that at all. No sir. No sir. Do not get greedy with anything. The red arrow, I've been using the red arrow since the beginning of the time. All I did was look up online red arrow PNG, and that shit's like the 3rd or 4th one. Something like that. And then I just used it every day, sometime starting in 2019. Cooking thumbnails in the Discord is the best, except when you ask Mashu to pull up art. That's when the dark side of humanity comes to life. That's facts, Tuna. My favorite part about the agency Discord is definitely making thumbnails in the chat. There's nothing more fun than making thumbnails. Thumbnails is a whole artistic side of the game. You gotta understand. Bloodder, are you doing a video on this Scarlet Violet OU tiering survey? Do you think I should do that? Do you think that would be a good video? I know Joey did it, but I haven't watched it yet. It's in my saved to watch later. I filled out the form. If you guys want to know what I said on the form, I said that Annihilate Rage Fist needs to be banned. That's what I said. I said you can test it, but it needs to be banned regardless. I said that a spot throw with Terastallized has to be looked at, and I said that I don't really care what happens with the spot throw. I said, like, you should look at it, but I don't really give a fuck either way. It's not that broken. And then I said Shed Tail absolutely needs to be suspect tested or banned. That's what I said. And so we'll see what they end up thinking. I'm just one opinion in a sea of so many, but hopefully they see the light, and hopefully they see the light, and they get rid of Rage Fist and they ban Shed Tails too. And I also think that Revival Blessing with the Lepo Berry is fucking stupid. That and Shed Tail and Annihilate is just a not skillful meta. In what way do we want a metagame where every team is Cyclozard, Grimmsnarl, Palmot, and then Annihilate coming back 3 times? Like, what kind of metagame is that? That's the stupidest shit of all time. I absolutely do not want anything like that. So I hope that they just take away all those pieces. Hyper Offense Cheese is a lot more pussy than any stall team could ever be. Ever. Setting up screens and shed tailing around is a lot more bullshit than stall ever could be. So I'll tell you that right now. Shout out Kyle for the dono. Just by looking at this matchup, nobody takes a Sun Boosted Fire move well on his team. This probably means you sack Chi-Yu for no reason early game. Yo, now that is the agency analysis if I've ever heard one. Guys, that is literally an agency analysis if I've ever heard one. You literally got to be a psychic for that. You literally got to be a psychic for that. That is an agency analysis if I've ever seen one. Why did they retract the message? Why is YouTube censoring? Stupid ass YouTube. I saw someone ask in the chat, what mic do I use and that it always sounds crisp. I'll tell you that right now. This mic is the Turtle Beach PX21. This mic is like $20 to $30 in store, but you can't really get it in store no more. You gotta like buy it on eBay or some shit. I just get these shits used or refurbished. Anyways, these mics are great quality, but the headset always breaks in like 6 to 12 months. But if you want this type of good quality, just get that headset, because this is the best quality headset mic-wise ever. You just got to get it for cheap, though, on eBay or whatever. They be on Newegg, and Newegg is like, bitch, this shit is $120. It's ridiculous. Wilson in the chat says, we need that mic CTC used from 2015 to 2021. What did he mean by that? What was he cooking? What was he cooking? I hope no human being in their lifetime ever has to deal with CTC or CBB's mic. Those mics are like, those are cursed mics. Shout out Kyle for the dono again. Appreciate you, bro. We are at 668 members. Thank God we beat the 666 allegations. Thank God. Those mics are so bad. Sama's mic was also a work of art. Like, I think all 3 of these clowns, they purposefully had to be doing something with their mic because it didn't even make sense. But also, I had a really fucking bad mic in, I want to say in like 2014, 15, 16, and maybe part of 17. I had such a bad mic. Like, the mic I would rock was some, oh nah, like this. The mic I would rock, it sounded like I was on Air Force One or something. Like, it made no sense. It made no sense whatsoever. But sometimes bad mics enhances the better plays. You gotta understand, right? Like, CTC's mic was just a 1970s radio. That's incredible. Shout out Kyle for joining the agency. Appreciate you, man. You know, I love seeing this agent notification when someone becomes a member, because I get to see that beautiful Antonio Banderas gif, and it is truly one of the most joy-inducing gifs of all time. You know, wait, why does it say we're at 666 subs? Somebody fix that real quick. Nah. Somebody fix that real quick. I just updated the Streamlabs thing. We gotta beat the allegations. We gotta beat the allegations of being fucking satanic. We gotta beat the allegations. We gotta beat the allegations. Hell no. The demonic stream, the 666 allegations is crazy. But anyways, I have a tournament series here. This is round 2, like I said, of the this Smogon Scarlet Violet intro tournament. The $1,000 prize that is being provided by Temp6T, one of the goats of the Showdown YouTubing game. Shout out to him. But yeah, he was generous enough to supply such a crazy good prize. We're gonna be here today showing off my round 2 match. I'm playing Soulwind, and then I have another tournament game from a different tournament, or another series from a different tournament though. So I got 2. I got 2 today. That's why I did it on stream, because I was like, God damn, this is going to be big. This is Shimon. It's gonna be crazy. Shout out Champion Chrome for the dono. Hey, it's me, Taco Mott's biggest fan. Things have been rough lately, so I'm glad to catch a nice chill stream. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, bro. If things are tough, just know that time will heal everything. But I am sorry that things are tough right now. But always do remember, staying with family and that kind of thing, and just giving time, it'll always get better. No matter what it is. That is some good advice that I got from some OGs when I was going through some shit. Everybody have a great day or night, whatever it is for y'all. Those of y'all in Australia enjoying the afternoon, enjoying this beautiful, this good time, you're lucky. You're luckier than most. Y'all on the East Coast, etc., that are in pain at 12 a.m., sorry to say, this is life. The agency is looking out for you, but also we be doing a lot of evil too. We be doing a lot of evil. All right, I just started a fire with my hands. All right, so you're looking at the team, right, folks? What do you see? Boom, it's a Sun team. Who made my team? CTC, the GOAT, the Based Lord, Basado Lordo. So shout out Garafin for becoming a member. Why isn't Streamlabs updating the shit? Get us off 666. What's going on? Get us up. The allegations are crazy. Whatever, it'll update eventually, I'm sure. Thunder, can you start a car engine with your hands? No, but I can start them with your hands. Huh? Alright, so we got Screamtail Sun, right? So this team is basically Torkoal X4 Protosynthesis Mons. You can see that this shit is a little confusing. It's a little confusing. What did he mean by that? We may never know what he meant by that. We may never know. But I got this team, right? I got this quadruple protosynthesis team plus Chiyu. So I told CTC, yo, give me a team with Sun, like a couple weeks ago. But I was like, give me something crazy with it. So he put some fun stuff on here like Screamtail and the Slitherwing. Now everybody knows that here at the agency, we're massive fans of Screamtail. I've never been a fan of the pink blob Pokemon. Chansey, Blissey, they exist. I'm not exactly very big advocates of them. Shout out Lucian becoming a member. What is Streamlabs doing? Why are they not updating it? Why are they keeping it cursed? What is going on? Let me try restarting Streamlabs, because they must be doing something evil for me. They probably want this unholy shit. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for joining the agency, Lucian. Guys, as always, if you do become a member or you get gifted, whatever the case is, make sure you integrate your YouTube account with your Discord. I want to see all y'all join the Discord. We be cooking in there. But yeah, Screamtail is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, right? In this generation. I've told you guys that so many times. The things he can do support-wise, the speed is great. Fairy Psychic typing is really good resistances. It has Wish. It has Encore. All that good shit. And you know what? It just had to be here on the Sun. We're rocking a spread that with Protosynthesis, this shit gets a +1 defense boost. Basically meaning that this can tank any physical attacker whatsoever in the game. Like this thing turns Qianpao into dust. Because it comes in with the Sun up and the shit has like 400 defense. See, a lot of y'all don't know. That Scream really does this shit. Really does this shit for real. And the Spadef is already 294 or something like that. Shout out Quirky Sparrow. Screamtail is a true agent. Absolutely. Next up, we have, what is this guy's name? Slithermane. So Slithermane, he's fresh out of the pen. You can tell he looks extremely tough. All he's been doing is working out since he got sent to the pen. But since getting out, he's ready to go battle wise. We got a Choice Bandit set here. Taco Moth. Let me see everybody put a taco emoji in the chat right now. We need the Taco Moth emoji in the chat right now. We love the taco. You know I had to bring the taco to tournament, right? You know I had to. Everybody knows the taco gets the job done. That's Gucci wings. Come on now. Had to be done. It had to be done. So we brought the Taco Moth next. This mon is great. While he can't Quiver Dance, he does have First Impression, Close Combat, and U-Turn, and Flare Blitz. And coincidentally, that is my set. We're rocking the Choice Bandit. In Sun, you get the +1 attack. Basically, this shit is like 800 attack. I had to rock this guy this battle. Torkoal is just there to enable all these other guys. He's basically the boss of the company. Without him, nothing works. This is literally the chief of the conveyor belt. And you can see the rest of these guys are still, and they're all Gen 9 Pokemon. Meanwhile, this guy's Cloud is going off crazy. My opponent, Sowin, he got 4 Pokemon from past gen. Not P at all. Meanwhile, I got 5 Dawn Datas. plus Torkoal in the middle, because I really do this. Next up, we have Roaring Moon, one of the most skillless Pokemon in the current meta. You give it a choice band, and then you lower his attack just a little bit so you can get the speed boost from photosynthesis. That way, you basically come in and you have a +1 attack and a +1 speed. Nice and cheap, nice and dishonest. Finally, folks, the members updated. It now says that we're at, what is that, 669. Thank God. Thank God. We almost didn't beat the allegations. Holy cow. It was almost about to be shiced. I'm telling you. Thank the Lord. All right. We beat the allegations. Thank God. So, let's keep it pushing. Oh, and always, if you haven't already, folks, go ahead and help me out. Go ahead and help me out right now. Go ahead and retweet the stream tweet right now. I tweeted it right here. I'm going to fucking link it in the chat right now. I need y'all to show me some love and retweet this at once. Thank you. Thank you, good people. Now, anyways, let me finish off the team. I got a offensive great Tuscathy. This guy's a god. Is this team posted anywhere? Yeah, you can see. I'll tell you. I'll post it for you. This shit's like super standard. I got offensive great Tuscathy with protective pads. Why protective pads? Because a lot of people be running this this stupid ass Garchomp. Actually, no, I'm muscle band in this game, but I run protective pads now. But I run protective pads now because stupid ass Garchomp runs around with rough skin, and also Corviknight runs around with Rocky Helmet. I don't like that whatsoever. I'm not a fan. And then Scarf Chiyu because that's my skillless win condition. My opponent Solwyn basically has a framework from last generation. Tinglu is the bulky ass special wall, and then King Gambit is a setup sweeper. But it's a pretty nice balanced like framework offense. Looks good. Shout out Junes for becoming a member. You know we on the way up. We have 670 members now. Appreciate you. Like the Instagram, drop a like, sell your mama. That's an insane thing to say. The agency does not condone selling your mama. Actually, all we condone is loving your mama. All right. Respect always. So let's get right into it. I'm leading off in this bitch with Slithermane, as Solwyn leads off with Garchomp. You can't kill me with no hits. The shit not area lacing or nothing, and it's more than likely just gonna go for stealth rocks. People don't run offensive guy, so I'm gonna stay in immediately and go for the U-turn as he does just go for rocks. Judging by that damage, I could tell that he's probably max HP and max speed because he's faster than me too. I'm just max attack adamant though. I do 49%. Shimon. Shout out Owen Steffens for joining the agency. Let's go. We on a super agency streak. I can feel it. We on the way to 777. Hold on. What they saying in the chat? 800 people watching, but only 200 likes. Wow. You know, a lot of people, they wouldn't stand for this. They wouldn't stand for this. They really wouldn't. Shout out Adrift for joining the agency. Much love, much love. Alright, I have now just put in a poll for all haters to be situated. So I U-turn out of there, folks, right? Big shout out to Adrift for becoming a member. Shout out Thomas R for the dono. You know, y'all are showing so much love in the chat. I truly appreciate it. Let me get some W's in the chat. Shout out Thomas R for the dono. He said agency 2022 and forever. I love posting. I'm just happy a new game came out, man. Every time a new game came out, it's so much fucking fun to post. You know, it began boring towards the end of the generation. That's why in 2021, I didn't even post. Like in 2021, I think I maybe posted 50 videos or something crazy low. Like one a week for the most part. Because I had other shit to do and game wasn't that fun. But game is fun, so it's time to post. You know, I like posting, but I like posting if the shit's fun. But game is too crazy now. Too crazy. Too much heat. Anyways, we got to tap in, agency. We got to tap in. See, a lot of people are playing for the first time in forever. I'm playing this actual game for the first time since Gen 6. A lot of my friends even came back to competitive. I see you in the chat, Yasin. He says, leave it to Blunder. 25 minutes into a stream and we on turn 1. You got to understand. This is the long, heavily awaited agency breakdown. A lot of people, they want to see this type of, this healthy breakdown. You know, this is true analysis. This is Mensa level, folks. Please, know this. Know this. All right, let me continue. Shout out Gel in the chat. I'm depressed right now, and I see you online and really lifted my spirits. Wish you the best. Always been watching you for years. Appreciate you, bro. Like I told the other user in the chat, it'll always get better. Just give it time. And always enjoy the good vibes. We always be having good vibes here in the agency. That's the best part about it. That's why I like streaming so much and I stream so often. It's always mad positive in this bitch. We just be having funny shit going on. And I like talking shit a lot with the chat. The chat always talks a lot of shit. Like when I lose, chat never says, damn, it's okay. I don't think I've ever lost and chat has gone, damn, that sucks. It's always L, bozo, choke, agency own. It's always some shit like that. So it is a great environment, I must say. Brings a smile to my face. All right. We just joking. We know every loss is hacks. It's literally never your fault. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Sometimes I need to be validated like that. You need to understand. All right. Back to the show. Skill issue LMAO. You know, it's a good thing skill issue only popularized itself in the last couple years. Because if skill issue existed like 5 years ago when I used to play so much, I'm going to tell you right now, shit might have been different. I might have gone down an evil road if someone hacked me and said skill issue. I might have gone down an evil road. I might have not been the man I am today. I might have been someone else far more sinister and horrible. But we may never know. We may never know. Anyways, I go into Agency Don Fan. That's what I name all my Don fans because someone gave me a team one time with the shit called Agency Don Fan. And I thought, that's funny. Then I saw some guy on the high ladder named his Don Fan Agency Don Fan. And I was like, oh, swag. So now we rock Agency Don Fan on every team. I rapid spin on the switch. It does a lot, 14%. Here I'm going to switch out and bring in my Scream Tail. The reason I went in the Scream Tail is because I do not want him to volt switch on my Torkoal and bring out Garchomp as he goes for Will-O-Wisp here. That's whatever. Because I got my King Vamp Playboy Cardi out in this bitch. And I go for Encore here. No issue, folks. Don't worry whatsoever. Shout out Holly for the dono. On my girl's account, still going to show some love. That's real. If she asks why you had her credit card and why you were making donations, just tell her that the agency needed some funding for the winter. Just tell her the agency needed some funding for 2023, and we had to hit the allotted capital amount for our first round of funding. So just tell her that's what had to happen. Appreciate you, Holly, or should I say Holly's boyfriend? Appreciate you. Bro, for real, charged the dono on his girl's account. That's for real so fire. It's gotta be the funniest shit ever. City Boy's up 1 trillion. That's the caption he gonna post when he posts this on IG. Just spent $200 watching Chi Yu flinch 3 times with Dark Pulse. Shimon! Yo, you might go viral with that one. You might go viral with that one. There was a guy, and there was a kid. I want to say kid because I don't think this guy was more than like maybe 17 or 18. He looked young, but it was a TikTok, and it wasn't even his account. It was some girl. It was her TikTok, but the guy was her boyfriend. Anyway, this kid, I want to say kid because, again, he seemed young. Like, he seemed like he was like 18 or something, but I don't know. I got a bad judgment sometimes. Anyway, this was a TikTok, and this shit had hella views, and this was years ago, like 3 years ago, because that's when Agency Merch came out first, 3 years ago. This dude, it was some guy from the UK. He had on Agency Merch, and his girlfriend was doing the TikTok saying, why is he ignoring me and playing video games? And the kid was wearing Agency Merch and playing Pokemon or some shit. And it was the funniest shit ever. And I was like, this cannot be real. I was like, this cannot be real. And I don't have the fucking link anymore, but it's fucking real. People in my Discord got to remember, because I remember they would link it like crazy. It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny. Man, I got to, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. It was so dumb. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, because I don't have a TikTok, right? I'm never on TikTok whatsoever. So I don't never know anything that's going on TikTok. So when someone said, I was like, oh my God, we're going viral. We're Hollywood. They got us on the TikTok app, folks. They can have my data. They got us on the TikTok app going viral. So that was basically my mentality there. Anyways, I encore the Wisp here with my Rotom. Let me get back to the show. Blunder pushing 30? No. I'm pushing 60. I just turned 58. That shit was great. I'm pushing 50. I'm pushing 60. I just turned 58. Why did you not name your Chi-Yu agency beads? I forgot to name him Hans Niemann. Literally every single Chi-Yu should be named Hans Niemann. Every single one should be named Hans Niemann. That's the best name. I go into this because he's encored into Wisp as he brings in Hatterene. I knew he'd go Hatterene, which is why I went to Cheese U, but I probably should have gone into Slitherwing anyway. But what if he Wisped again? Then I would have been Shimon. Anyway, I bring in Cheese U here. Now, I'm Terrablast Dark. I go hard into Slithermane, expecting him to bring in his Ting Lu. However, he just goes for Calm Mind. He goes for Calm Mind. He does a big read there. Why? He may be better than me. He may simply just be better than me. I U-turn out of here. Now, looking back at it, I have Flare Blitz, and I could have terastallized into a Fire type, and I don't know if Flare Blitz would have killed. Probably would have not killed, but it would have done like 90%, and I would have been able to stay in the next turn because what would he really do? So looking back at it, I think I should have Flare Blitzed. However, a fear I had was that I could lose to Roaring Moon if it did turn into a Fairy type. And I didn't want, not Roaring Moon, King Gambit if it turned into a Fairy type. If King Gambit turned into a Fairy type, I did not want to already waste my Terastallize on Slithermane Flare Blitzing to, what's it called? To just a weaken Hatterene, because that would be hella bad. I know I have a Donphan, but if this Terastallizes into a Flying type or a Fairy type, like I said, it would be a wrap. So I can't really get fried by that. So I go into Chi-Yu here as he Draining Kisses and gets back most of the HP. Now I do what I always do, and I go for a Dark Pulse here. Does 42%, and I get a flinch. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking, agency flinch? Yes. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm lucky. Am I lucky and bad? Well, that's for y'all to decide. But that being said, that is quite lucky. That is quite lucky. So I hex the fuck out of him with Dark Pulse here. That's why I called this shit Cheese U, because this shit is nothing but bullshit cheese. You bring it out, you hacks, and that's what I did. I Dark Pulsed here, and I flinched him. So we hex Hatterene. Folks, was it honest behavior? Signs point to no. Signs point to fuck no. Dishonesty. Dishonesty at the highest order, but every now and then, this is the way shit goes. Dark Pulse and Icicle Crash are two moves that if you use them, all I can say is, you're a sick fuck. But you know what? You gotta win with Pokemon. I understand. Icicle Crash is a move that I will never leave home without. I understand people like Ice Spinner. That accuracy is crazy. You wanna know what's better than being 100% accurate? Having a 30% chance to win the game right there. I will always say Icicle Crash over Ice Spinner no matter what. 10% chance to miss. Boo-hoo. 30% chance for a free turn. You know what a free turn can do for you in a game? Insta-win. 10% trade-off on the miss for a 30% flinch is so skewed in the user's favor that I really think Icicle Crash is like one of the best moves of all time. 30% flinch is just something else. It's just something else. Anyways, I flinch him there with Dark Pulse. Now I know that he basically has to switch into King Gambit or Ting Lu, because why would you sack your Hatterene for no reason, especially when my Chi-Yu is obviously not Specs. So I know he's not going to sack there. I go into Great Tusk here as he does just go into Ting Lu. Looking back at it though, maybe it was better to go into Slithermane. Either way, I bring in this guy. I go for a knockoff here in case he wants to bring in Dragapult or Rotom as he Ruinations. Now I go for a Muscle Bandit CC here, and this shit does 82. Bro, when I'm telling you Ting Lu is the bulkiest bitch of all time, what is this? What the fuck is this? So Ting Lu and me do the same amount of damage to each other, which is absolutely unholy. This mon is disgusting. He goes into his Dragapult here. Now, I know because I'm at -2, he's going to be inclined to go for a U-turn. That's very obvious, right? Nobody wants to lock themselves into Shadow Ball as I sack it, and then my Chi-Yu comes in to go for a free overheat or whatnot. That's not good for him. So I bring in Torkoal, knowing fully well he's just going to U-turn, as he does just do that, and he brings in his Garchomp. Now, I know rocks are going right back up. What else would you do? So I bring in Chi-Yu right here, knowing fully well you're not going to Earthquake. Even if I don't have any like ground resist or immunity, I guess Slithermane's resist, but it's not really a good resist whatsoever. That being said, he's still going to go for rocks just because that's just, you know, people be getting greedy with it. They just want to put their rocks up. So that's what I'm thinking. I go into this. Now here, my dumbass decides not to do any damage calcs whatsoever because I click all my moves in 1 second. Here I think, here's like real monkey brain plays. Here I think, okay, the sun is up. Shamon. If the sun is up, that means I click flamethrower. Everybody dies. Yes. Yes, monkey click. So I click flamethrower here, and that shit lives quite comfortably. Now, I really thought it was going to die, but I'm dumb as fuck. And I really should have overheated or dark post. Anyways, I'm dumb as shit for that play. And we go out sad there, and we die to earthquake as a result. So I must tell you there that was not very Shimon of me at all. I'm bringing Roaring Moon now, and I get the +1 speed. I U-turn out of there to knock him out, but at the cost of Roaring Moon being at 48% with rocks up. I have a weakened Slither Mane, a burned Screamtail, and a low HP Great Tusk. Not exactly the greatest trade in the history of Pokemon, but you know what, folks? We will figure it out. You see, would Hans Niemann make that play? Would Hans Niemann flamethrower a Garchomp? That's something you need to ask yourself, agency. What would Hans do? What would Hans do? We all know Hans be plotting on the low. What would Hans do? Would he have made that shitty play? I think Hans would have fucking crit it. I think Hans would have crit it. Everybody knows Hans is crazy and would have crit that shit. Shimon. Hans blundered Neiman. Himmy Turner himself. Hans would do what the beats tell him is insane. Hans is insane. Hans would have made the play and crit. Come on, agency. Agency, come in. Yeah. You know the vibes. Cheers, my friends. Shall we continue the replay? Skill issue, no crit, literally. Literally, that's what this game is. It's all a big skill issue. The beads tell all. Benjamin City is so funny. So we bring in Slithermane here. We get the +1 attack from Proto. He brings in Paltiano. I switch out here and I sack my Great Tusk, aka Agency Don fan who did his job as Shadow Ball comes out now. I bring in Roaring Moon as a result because that's the only thing I have left. I just U-turn, I believe, expecting him to bring in Rotom, or I crunch. Oh, I crunch because I'm ass. I'm so ass. I should have U-turned. I'm so ass. I should have U-turned, whatever. I go for crunch. Actually, maybe crunch was better, actually. Maybe U-turn was better. Actually, no, U-turn was really better. I crunch there. Here I Terrasilize into a Dark type as he protects. Now, I do not kill with the next crunch. As you see, it only did 45. Because if you Terra into the type you already are, it is not a 2.25x boost. It is just like an adaptability boost. So crunch would do a lot, like nearly, you know, like 60-ish or something like that. But it will not kill at 67. Anyways, he switches out. Oh, fuck, I reset it like a bitch. Hold on. My bad. Let's see. All right, we're all back to normal. We're all back to normal. He switches out into his King Gambit here. I really think that he should have just stayed in and wisped. I really think that it was better for him to just stay in and wisp. I don't think that was anything that he needed to do. Like, I don't think his Rotom was that important on the HP side. It doesn't. I don't know. I think he should have wisped though. Either way, he brings this thing in as I go for crunch. Here I go into my Torkoal. Now, even though he has two dead homies on the back, I know that we're going to be okay. Now, here I make one of the most agency combination of plays of all time. You about to see something so high IQ. A lot of y'all might need to take a step back and sit down after I explain this, because this is going to be next level a breakdown. All right, so I bring in my Torkoal on Katao Cleave, right? It does 33%. Now, he has a Rotom, a Hatterene, and a Dragapult. He can switch to any of them. Now, it's very likely that I'm not going to go for Stealth Rock, right? Because he has a Hatterene. I'm not going to go for Stealth Rock. That's a big threat. He doesn't want me to Rapid Spin. For him, keeping up rocks is the ultimate play, because then he can keep my Torkoal low as well as limiting everybody else. So I know that bro is going to go into Dragapult to finish my spin no matter what. Now watch this. Watch this. How in the world are we supposed to Rapid Spin if bro has a Dragapult? I'm going to show you right now. I know that man's going Pult and not Rotom, so we're going to go for the Soul Read here. I can't Rapid Spin. I cannot Rapid Spin. Watch this shit. I channel my inner Hans, and I go for a Yawn on the switch. Now I know bro is not about to Shadow Ball and sack Dragapult. I know that I'm inside right now, bro. I'm about to set a real estate. I know this. I know the U-turn is coming. Don't tell me he stayed in at 30% and clicked it. Nobody did. Nobody did. Nobody did. And unfortunately, the foundation was built, and it had to happen. Those rocks had to leave the stage immediately. Now, I got to tell you something. After we removed the rocks there, I know. The play right there, Hans Niemann couldn't. I don't know if Hans could even do that. This did not make up for the flamethrower play. Yo, you're hating. This play did make up for the flamethrower play. Stop hating. Also, the flamethrower play was necessary to cancel out my flinch. We needed to even out the heinous hacks. That's just the agency way. You know what I'm saying? Shimon. Anyway, so we get the rapid spin off. Now, here's what happens. So, because we got the rapid spin off, I think whoever the powers that be above were like, yo, that was a great play. And I go for Stealth Rock here, as he goes for Hydro Pump and misses. Now, that shit definitely kills me, but he missed. So I get my rocks up for free, which is mad unlucky. So I hacks again. I'm not going to lie, this is big as fuck. Getting up rocks for no reason is super unlucky for him. Anyways, I get up rocks now. Me getting up rocks there was just a luxury. I was fully expecting to sack my Torkoal at that point. But yeah, shout out Levi for the $10 dono. Appreciate you. I like this art, this wrecked thing. Anyways, I'm hacking my boy Solwyn left and right. This is really just how life is, you know. I'm hacking my boy left and right, even though, you know, he's my buddy. Sometimes you just got to be pure evil and hacks him. So I bring in Vamp. I get the plus defense boost as he hydro pumps and misses again, but that shit would have done like 10%. Vamp is ready to go as I just go for a Dazzling Gleam. Oh no, I wish here. Cool. I go for a wish here, and then I go for a Dazzling Gleam as he volt switches out. Keep him low at 30, not at 32, at I think 52%. Yeah, at 52% after rocks. So we keep this guy low, so it's not that big of a deal. Vamp is still healthy as a bitch. I'm not that worried. Now watch this. Watch what we do to King Gambit. I want you all to predict in the chat how much damage this King Gambit's about to do with the attack it clicks on my Scream Tail. I'll tell you right now, I'm staying in on King Gambit. I want you all to guess how much damage in the chat. Guess how much damage in the chat King Gambit does to Vamp. Guess right now. I see a lot of 30s, a lot of 40s, some 20s, some 80s. All right. Keep guessing. I want y'all to really think about this. There's a reason this is my favorite mon. Take a good look at what bro goes for. Take a good look. I set up a wish. That man goes for Katao Cleave. Hold on. How much did that do? I think we might have to run that back. Hold on. Oh, okay. I just had to run that back. I had to see for certain. So he actually heals me with King Gambit. It's actually the first ever recorded healing your opponent ever with Supreme Overlord. But he does it. He heals me with King Gambit there. A lot of people are confused as to how that happened, but it did. So I go for a wish there. That's easy as fuck. Now I'm able to basically pass this wish off to anybody. Anybody means Slitherwing. Because Slitherwing is able to take the Iron Head, probably, and, probably. But either way, I know he doesn't want to stay in on a potential Encore, so I'm pretty sure he was going to switch out himself. I bring in Slitherwing as he is just going to go into his Pult. Now, Slitherwing does have a decent SPDF stat. I know I can take a Shadow Ball. I know he's most likely not going to go for the fire move. If anything, he's just going to go for Shadow Ball since it's, you know, neutrally good into Slither main. I can't one-hit KO him, and it would catch everything else. But I need to keep all 4 of my mons, so I'm not switching out to anybody on Shadow Ball as a sack. I'm going to stay in because I'm pretty sure he's not going to Draco, and I think Slither main even has a chance to live Draco. Either way, we're finally back to full HP after taking that helmet chip. He goes for Shadow Ball. We do take that, like I said, because, again, Slither main has 105 SPDF stat. He's pretty bulky. U-turns out, does 45%. In comes my roaringest moon. I'm going to go for a U-turn as he brings out his hat. We have to keep up the momentum. Now I'm finally up in sacks. I bring in my Slitherwing again as in comes Gambito. I just go for a U-turn. He doesn't terrestrialize, but he predicts me very well here. to U-turn and not close combat. I expected him to just terrestrialize into a flying type or a fairy type, so I didn't want to go for CC there, or I figured he would try and just go into Dragapult. Regardless, I wasn't ready to make any risks. I U-turn out of there, and I bring back in my Scream Tail as he goes for Katao Cleave. Not a big deal. I am just going to go for the Encore, I believe. Scream Tail does what it always does, guys. Encores it up, and he's just the GOAT. I'm going to go for a Suicide Wish as he Katao Cleaves yet again. And then I'm going to bring out Slitherwing again just to go for the first impression. Right? Oh, no, I U-turn again. Damn, I'm nice for U-turning again. Holy moly. No, that U-turn again is crazy. Because that doesn't kill Gambit. Whoa, I'm nice. I'm nice. I did hacks to get in such a position. I'm not going to hold you. But that U-turn was nice. Holy moly. I didn't even realize that. A U-turn out there. U-turn is actually crazy because now Moon comes in. Heals up like a bitch. King Gambit is healthy. And we get to U-turn on Rotom, keeping up all possible momentum no matter what. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We U-turn out of there on Roaring Moon. Bring out Torkoal just to get the sun up, so bro's first impression is very impressionable. He brings out Gambito again and goes for Katao Cleave. It doesn't kill me, but I go for Yawn. Yawn might have been an ass play, but I'm ass, so deal with it. He goes into Pult. I just go for this Yawn again. Now here, yeah, so I should have plumed there, but I'm ass. I think his King Gambit might be Defiant and not Supreme Overlord, judging by the fact that with 4 dead homies, he still only did 29%. All I can say about that is, come on, bro. You got to have Supreme Overlord. Anyways, I yawn there again. Now I go hard into my Taco Moth, knowing that he's not going to Shadow Ball. Rather, he's just going to U-turn. Yeah, he does just go for the U-turn there. Because he's not going to Shadow Ball and let Mence come in and get the plus boost and everything. That's not a good situation for him. I was pretty sure he was just going to U-turn, hoping to get some type of momentum. That's why I bring in Slithermane, because I can't choke the end game from this position. I go for the first impression here, as he's not going to Terrastalize. Even if he did Terrastalize there, he told me after the game he's Terrastalized Fairy. So even if he did Terrastalize into a Fairy type, I just go into my Roaring Moon. I have Iron Head, and I sweep the last 2 with Iron Head because I get the plus speed boost. So here he forfeits because there's no chance of winning now. I just first impression and kill him. Unfortunately for my boy, I did get very, very lucky. So I do have to admit that this was a little agency luck, you know, and by a little I mean a lot. I got the flinch and I got the dodge. I did play some shiesty plays at the end, but we got hacks. I'm gonna always tell you this. When you get lucky, folks, sometimes just thank the powers that be. Thank the powers that be for doing you that solid. Shout out Champion Chrome for becoming a member for 1 month. Legence Lieutenants, appreciate you as always. Make sure, guys, you join the agency Discord if you haven't already. So we're able to win the first game. How many people we got in the stream right now? 1,200 viewers in the chat. That's what I like to see. Let me see some W's in the chat. And you know, after this first big W, I'm gonna need everybody tapped in to like the stream if you haven't already. 1,200 viewers in the chat. That is shiesty. That's what I like to see. The agency is most pleased with the turnout for today's agents. Most pleased. We would like to give all agents complimentary high fives for pulling up to the stream today. Anyways, let's keep going, folks. We have a lot to go. Next up, we have Game 2. Now, Game 2, right? You can see my opponent, Solwyn. He has decided to bring a pretty nasty team. A really, really, really nasty team. Shout out GS Nutmeg in the chat. He said, "Ayo, I just failed my calc final. Let's go." No, bro, we cannot co-sign that, bro. You're going to need to pass that at once. The agency will not allow you to do that. Well, the agency only allows you to fail 1 time. You must come back from that. The agency loves education. Remember that. All types. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. Calc is not real. We don't do those. That's facts. I've had to do a lot of damage calcs in my life, but what is something in calc that's mad annoying? I remember calc. Calc was tough. They had them pulley problems in calc, right? Or am I thinking of some other shit like algebra? Whatever. I went to school a while ago. A while meaning 2 years ago. Shout out Broken Wiener for the dono. Can you shout out my bud Jace135? He's a big fan. Shout out Jace135. Appreciate you, bro. Limits and improper integrals and derivatives. Oh no, this brings me back to my, what was it, junior year of college? No, my junior year of high school. My junior year of high school is when I took calculus, and that was a bitch. And then my senior year of high school is when I took statistics, and that was a lot easier because statistics, you could kind of just look everything up. But Calc 1, when I took that in my junior year of high school, it was blown away. I'm talking C after C after C. I was laying the foundation of ass on that report card. I'm telling you. I'm good at math. My mental math is Shimon. I'm telling you. But when it comes to when it comes to calculus, shit is tough. Also, what's the shit with proofs? I was doing those when I was like 13 or 14, whatever. That's very hard. Whatever that is, it's all bullshit and it's hard. And I don't like any of that stuff either. Geometry, all hard. Was it geometry? Was it algebra 2? Algebra 2 is proofs, I thought. Isn't it? Maybe I don't know. Either way, enough school talk. This is making me feel uneasy. Proofs are extremely cringe and not cool like Pokemon is. Scarlet and Violet trumps math all day. Albert Einstein could never beat me in a best of 3. Meanwhile, I could beat him in a best of 3 when it comes to talking theory. How about you theory-mon how to win some tournaments? So, back to our regularly scheduled program. So we look at my team today, right? I got this team from a guy that got top of the ladder. His name's Velvet. He posted the team on my Smoke On wall and said, yo, I just got number 1 with this crazy team. I said, whoa, that is very impressive. He was number 1 by quite a margin, like 2,050 or something. The team seemed pretty basic enough. Just Tinglu. You got your basic offense guys, Chien Pao, Golden Go. Everybody likes those. And then we have Dragapult as well. My opponent, Soulwind. You know, Soulwind, he's my boy. But I can see some evil in his heart. I can see some real evil. Some real dishonesty. How can you versus me, your brother, bring Espathra with the screens and the Shed Tail? To see that against me, I knew he was on demon time. I know he was on savage time. I knew. So I had to lock in mentally when I saw that the screens and the Espathra were coming. Everybody knows that Ostrich is the most dishonest Pokemon of all time, but I can't fault him. I did just hacks him, so he needs to lock down the possible hacks. I agree with that. After last game when I hacked, he needs to lock down all possibilities of me hacking again. That's a good way to look at it. Shout out Athoth for the dono. Appreciate you, main. Thank you for showing love. This is so happy. Screens and Espathra, no skill, any percent. Alright, so let's hop into this bitch. I lead off with Dragapult. We got a Will-O-Wisp lefties Dragapult. You know how I'm moving. I switch out immediately and go into Tinglu because there's no reason for us to take a Thunder Wave or anything like that. As he just goes for a Light Screen. I'm going to go for some Spikes right here. And then he's going to go for Spirit Break as I go for what? Ruination. I went for Ruination to keep this low. Yeah. Facts. I went for Ruination to keep this low. Probably should have Stealth Rocked though. He goes for Spirit Break again as I'm just going to get up my rocks. Fortunately, though, I am able to get up 2 hazards, so we're going to be able to go from there. In comes Great Tusk, a big threat, but not the end of the world as I just bring in my Golden Go, knowing that he's either going to go for what? Another Spirit Break, or he's just going to Heart Switch out himself. I was thinking if he was going to Heart Switch out himself, it was likely going to be into his Cyclozar, which is why I wanted to go into Golden Go so I could just trick the shit or whatever the case might have been. Either way, I bring in Dondozo here knowing that he's going to straight up attack rather than go for the Rapid Spin. Me getting up those hazards immediately, it's pretty obvious that like I would want to make some greedy ass play and try to, you know, spin block that off the rip. I don't know what his item is. I think it's Rocky Helmet. Anyway, he goes for a knockoff here as I bring in my Pult and it does 99%. Oh, crazy. It knocks off my heavy duty boots, so I really didn't expect that. I live with 1 HP like a boss. Must have been some Lord EVs on this bitch because there's no other way that we should have been eating that up. That really surprised me. The 1 HP live is crazy. I go for a Will-O-Wisp here because I was like, fuck this. Great Tusk is a giant threat and I don't want him to spin. As he actually uses this as an opportunity to get up his rocks, probably hoping that I wouldn't be able to remove no matter what, and then my Dragapult would die now that he's removed the boots, but this works out great for me. His Light Screen wears off this turn, so I know that he's not going to stay in, and he's more than likely going to switch out into... I don't know what he was going to switch out into, I just knew he was going to switch, because Hex would kill him, and nobody wants to sack him off for no reason, and then he still has nothing faster than me afterwards, unless he Scarf on his Golden Go. So, he brings in Grimmsnarl as I just go for a U-turn. Works out perfectly for me because he is not well prepared for that whatsoever. In comes my Great Tusk. I am just going to go for a Rapid Spin, I believe. as he brings in Golden Go. What do I do? Oh, yeah, I do just go for a rapid spin as he brings in Golden Go. Now he goes back into Grim, which is a great play because he's spin blocks and he's able to bring the sack in so he can get his own Tusk in for free. I'm just going to bring in my own Golden Go here, expecting the rapid spin as he goes for a knockoff, expecting that. Good play on his part. Regardless, I'm going to go for a recover as he goes for an Earthquake. 50%. He's doing big damage, right? He's doing nasty damage. But the reason that this is only doing 50% is because my Golden Go is actually max HP. This shit is max HP. Nasty, nasty set. Leftovers, recover, Thunder Wave. You're going to see. You're going to see that this ain't real. This is real. This is real demonic. A recover up yet again. I just want to stall him out of burn a little bit as he now finally goes into Cyclozar. I believe I just recover again, so that works out well. My Golden Go actually is able to defeat Great Tusk with relative ease. He gets out of there and brings in Espathra as I just go for a Make It Rain on the switch to Espathra. Now, Espathra's a big-ass threat. Everybody knows that this thing be smoking my pack left, right, front, center. Obviously, Espathra is going to terrestrialize into a fairy type. That's the way that it's going to break through Ting Lu. And also with enough boost, it's going to be able to break through Dondozo as well. If he becomes a fairy type, my Chiampao has to Sucker Punch, and my Chiampao... I mean, if he becomes a fairy type, he resists my Sucker Punch. And Chiampao is the only heavy-duty boots on this team. It's not Choice Band, so it's going to get shiesty. It's going to get shiesty. Anyway, he goes for Calm Mind as I go for a Shadow Ball. It does 40%, which is not bad. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave here as he goes for a Calm Mind again. Now I know that he's more than likely just going to be Roost, Calm Mind to attack. I switch out here into Dragapult as a sweep, but at this point, it's looking really terrible for me because Espathra is already at plus 2.5 speed. It's extremely bulky, judging by the fact that Shadow Ball only did 40%, and I really don't have a single thing that can hurt this because it's still a lot faster than my guys. So I bring in my Chiampao here. Like I told you guys, this is just Adamant Boots, but unfortunately he is a fairy type. So he is going to be able to just Dazzling Gleam here and knock me out. So I go for the Icicle Crash here. It does 55%, and I am going to flinch. Now that is why I tell y'all, we have to run Icicle Crash over Ice Spinner at all times because there's a 10% chance. There's a 10% chance that you miss the move, and there's a 30% chance that you instantly get a free turn. So unfortunately, I hacks bro so shamelessly, so heinously. It's lucky it's not Ramadan because, oh my God, this was like not safe for work. This was evil work, all right? Haram agency hacks, ain't nothing else to say. Anyways, next turn, he's actually faster than me now. But he gets full parried. He gets full parried, right? And I miss my Icicle Crash. So it was like, oh, Shimon. Anyways. He's now 3.5 speed. He gets paralyzed again. I Icicle Crash. I do, what's it called? 53%. He lives. And then he gets paralyzed again. And I crunch. And he forfeits. And then he says, bro, you're fucking ass. And I told him afterwards, I said, bro, I'm ass. Sorry. And then he was like, it's cool. And that was it. He literally said, dude, you're fucking ass. I was like, dude, I know. Sorry. What are you supposed to say when you hack your bro? You know what I mean? If it was somebody else and they used this team versus me, I would have literally said, you're pussy. Nice try, noob. Nice Espathra try, bitch. This is why sometimes, folks, you need to just go for the hacks. Icicle Crash is crazy. Anyways, someone's one of my best friends for like 10 years playing Mon, so it was tough to hacks my bro, but also we gotta do what we gotta do here at the agency. So we win the round 2 of the series. We win round 2 of the series. GG's, we both played bad as crazy. He definitely didn't play bad, but I hacked bro like crazy. I have to admit it. This game, it was indecent. It was indecency is the only thing I can really say. If I make nationals, do I pull up in the agency merch? Absolutely. If any of y'all go to VGC tournaments, you gotta show up in the agency merch. You go to a Smash tournament, hop out in the agency merch. You gotta pop out. You gotta represent the agency no matter what. You gotta pop out. My boy fucking Wally, My boy Wally beat Zane on stream on like 15,000 people watching, and his tag said Agency Wally. Never have I been so proud. I cried tears of joy. I couldn't stop crying tears of joy. It was Waterworks at the Agency HQ. It was straight Waterworks. We were so happy. We were so happy. We were so happy. This isn't the only series I have though, folks. We have another one. We have another one. Round 2, bitch. So anyways, I said that this was for a different tournament, but I lied. This is for the same tournament. It's round 3, but I couldn't say that it was for round 3 in the beginning because then it would be like, you already knew I won round 2. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of you thought that I was about to get owned by a spot or two, but somehow God was like, no, you know what? I want you to really hacks. I want you to hack so badly. That's proof that the powers that be do not want Espathar to win. Anyways, this team basically shows the beginning of my fall off as a human being. I am using Don Dozo plus Garganackle. So you can see that with this team that I have really fallen off as a man. A lot of you are saying, why is he using Stall X Chimpao? Look, you got to understand something. I got given this team by my boy, and I was like, well, you know what? Let me try it out. Basically, what I mean by that is I'm blaming it on my bro. Did you Discord call Soulwind and yell Shimon? Can you imagine? I said, bro, I need to call and tell you something. And he picks up, and then I go, Shimon owned. Can you imagine? Bro, he'd probably never talk to me again. Can you imagine doing that to your friend? You hack them, and then you say Shimon? Don't do that. Don't. That's very indecent behavior, I'm telling you. Imagine, I would insta-block somebody. I would actually blow up their router. It would be a wrap. It would literally be a wrap. I'd toss that router to the side of the world. It'd be a wrap. Anyway, folks, round 3 of the $1,000 tournament. I'm versus Manat, who is a fellow Pokemon YouTuber. So shouts to him. This is a really crazy series, probably even crazier than the Soulwind series. So if you're still tapped in right now, you're a true agent. You're a true agent because we're not done. Even if it is 12:40 a.m. where I'm at right now, we're not done. I'm going to need you all to tap in. I'm going to need you all to tap in, like the stream right now. And you know what? If you're not a member yet, go ahead and become a member. I see a lot of y'all in there with no membership badge, no little star. I'm going to need y'all to change that. I'm going to need y'all to change that. Who are you playing against? I'm playing against a username Manat. As I said, he is a fellow Pokemon YouTuber. So shoutouts to him. Let me move this shit to the side so you can see his username. I understand that it's a little slow, but you're going to have to deal with me being slow. All right. It's 9:40 in Cali. We be in prime time hours. Oh, congratulations, California. You like bragging? When you showing merch, we always be showing merch on the beautiful agency Instagram. As always, if you're not tapped in on the Instagram, I'm gonna need you to fix that. Made some good tweets about it. Some great tweets about it earlier. We put on the community tab. We got a lot of amazing stuff coming. I can't wait to drop the merch. It's gonna be the best shit y'all have ever seen. Truly. We got a lot of new picks coming. That being said, let's tap in. So I got this bitch ass stall with Chimpao. He has a much stronger team than me. He has Toxapex though, which is rare. You don't really see Toxapex anymore because why the fuck would you run Toxapex? Can't really do much of the important options anymore in this meta. He has really been shafted. Merch does ship worldwide, CK moi, so remember that. Merch does ship worldwide. Hey, why is this bitch ass music playing? I lead off with Garganackle because I have no skill and I want to go for a Salt Cure right off the rip. I went for this because I expected him to lead off with Toxapex. As he leads off with Hatterene, probably hoping that I would lead off with Tinglu or maybe Chimpao. I don't know. I expected Pex, which is why I led off with Garganackle because Pex can't do shit to Garganackle. I go for Salt Cure here as this dude is in here. He has leftovers, which means he's more than likely hazards. As I bring in my Hatterene, I take an Earthquake. It does 34%. I'm now going to just go for a Mystical Fire, hoping that he would go into his Golden Go. But actually, he is eject button, so that ends up working really positively for him. I'm going to bring in Tinglu as he is going to go for a Trick, I believe. Tricks me a Choice Scarf. I'm now going to go... Oh, I go for Rocks. Yo, this is like a misclick. Misclick in the sense that I knew I clicked Rocks, but I was reading something at the time. My mom sent me an important article and I was reading it. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I know in the chat y'all are going to say L play, washed, etc., etc. But I swear my mom sent me one of those bitch-ass articles, fake news, and I went to go tap into it. I swear, bro. It was on the app Smart News. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You got to trust me. Please, 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 please. Spare me. I'm telling you. Trust me, bro. My mom sent me fake news, and I had to verify that she was sending me bullshit. Please, 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 please. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. The WhatsApp special. Come on, come on, come on. Let me blame my mom. Let me blame my mom, please. If y'all are really on my side, y'all will let me blame my mom for this play, please. If y'all are really on my side, if y'all are really on my side, you would let me blame my mom and her giving me this whack article. L's son is crazy. But, bro, what could the article have said that was that important? Did the article tell you that they removed magic bounce from hat? I'm not a good man. I'm not a good man. All I can say here is I'm not a good man. I hope y'all can let this slide. L's son is so crazy. L's son is so crazy. I'm a great son. Shut your bitch ass up. They be hating crazy here. L's son is so insane. L's son is literally so insane. Take that back. Take that back at once. Anyways, my mom sent me some bullshit article and I had to read it, so I set up Stealth Rock on the Hatterene and nobody can tell me differently. That's the shit that happened, alright? I don't make excuses. This is simply the truth. Anyway, I set up Stealth Rock, which is still a bad play regardless, and I still clicked it, so I'm ass. I go into Corviknight here as he is just going to go for a Nuzzle on the switch. Nuzzle is pretty standard on Hat now because you just want to paralyze everything you can. Best way to play Pokemon currently. As he does get a full para here, I just U-turned out, but, I mean, he Nuzzled for a reason, so... I'm specially defensive on my Corviknight, so I'm not that worried. But regardless, I'm going to go into Tinglu as he just goes for a Shadow Ball. That does a good 8%, so I don't have to worry too much about anything. Our Earthquake here does 31%, which is great damage, all things considered. Corv comes right back in as he's going to go for a Draining Kiss, the 7%, but Leftovers lets him basically recover all the HP that he would have lost. Golden Go comes in as I go for a Brave Bird. Reason I went for Brave Bird is in case he wanted to Mystical Fire if he had it, or if he wanted to just go into Garchomp, I want to chip. Shadow Ball does 28%. As you can see, it's not going to do anything to Corviknight unless he gets a special defense drop, so I'm not too worried about that. I U-turn out as he does immediately get the special defense drop, so it's a good thing I did that. You don't want to play games with this. Even if you have... especially defensive core, they'll always hack you. Even if it does this little, they'll always hack you. Shout out Jason for the $2 dono. Saying L Offspring is extremely wrong of you and not agency. I would like you to submit your agency card in the morning. You're terminated from the agency. Sorry to say. Bro donated shmoney to drop the L Offspring. If you were really on my side, you would have become a member. This is so sad. Can we get 10 new members? This is so sad. So sad. Alright, Spadef Corv could run Mirror Armor. Yes, you could definitely run Mirror Armor, but pressure in general is just great to have, so that's what we're rocking. So, Shadow Ball gets dropped, but it's not a big deal. That's the whole point of using Shadow Ball. That's why it's one of the best moves in the game. A U-turn out of there, and Xianpao comes out. Shout out my boy Vile Villa with the 10. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Do you see this, love? Let me see some dubs in the chat. If Vile Villain gave you a sub, make sure you thank bro and make sure you join the agency Discord. I'm trying to see all y'all in there. That's a lot of love. Shout out Vile Villain. He's always pulling up in here and gifting some subs to the agents. Always showing mad support. We're on our way. We're on our merry way to 777. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. But let's keep it pushing, folks. Anyone have the tourney forum link? I'll link it after this. I actually play one of my friends for the next round. They're a very great player. What's it called? They're a great player. Name Crying. Shout out Senorita Thiquita. Call mom and apologize or else son confirmed. Are you insane? You think I've ever blamed my mom for losing a battle? You think I've ever blamed my mom for losing a battle? First of all, my mom kind of knows what Pokemon is. Like, she knows I play this shit. She knows I have a YouTube channel, but like... she doesn't really, like, know the game or nothing. Like, if I tell her I lose, she'll just be like, whatever. So I haven't told my mom I lost. The last time I talked to my mom about Pokemon was 4 years ago when I won Smogon Tour. And I literally told her, I was like, yo, I just won this tournament. And my mom was like, oh? And I was like, yeah, I just won. It was crazy. And then I was like, and she was like, good job. Will you play less Pokemon now? I was like, yeah, probably. And then that was that. A beautiful heart-to-heart mother-son conversation. The end. She was proud, I think. That's all I could say. What if your mom played competitive Digimon? The fuck? Tell her to go to work. Talking about some competitive Digimon. That shit don't put food on the table. Ma, it's 2004. Go the fuck to work. Talking about Digimon. Hell no. Alright. Let me continue. Let me continue. My mom created Black Sludge Bisharp. Oh? That is heinous. Alright. I bring in Chan Powsers. Alright. AKA the easiest mon to throw on Stall, the new Weavile. We bring his bitch ass in. It's Choice Banded. Now here, I believe I terrestrialize into a dark type and I click Crunch. Reason I click Crunch is because he has no dark resist besides his own. And you can't really go into your own on Shampoo. And I terrestrialize into a dark type in case he goes into core. I wanted to KO the shit immediately. He brings in Pex, just sacks it, takes 87%, which is crazy. Because can you imagine seeing Pex take this much damage from an attack? Look at this, 87 is crazy, right? However, Pex is garbage, so it just gets fried. He sacks it, which is definitely the right play on his part, because what can that do for you anymore? Shanpao comes in. I have no good switch into Crunch, because Tinglu is my primary dark resist, and you don't bring in Tinglu on Shanpao. So I'm a little scared here. I switch out into Tinglu, as I believe he goes for Ice Cold Crash, or what? He goes for Ice Cold Crash, and he terrestrializes into a fighting type. So terrestrializing into a fighting type was to avoid any possibility that I would, what's the word? Kill him with Crunch. Him killing me means that he is absolutely banded. He doesn't go for Sacred Sword. He decides to Ice Cold Crash instead. So that means I'm going to be able to go into my Dondozo, because obviously we resist the Ice Cold Crash. If he Sacred Sworded there, I probably would have just ended up going to Hat after that, but that wouldn't have done much for me, because he would have just gone to Golden Go. So either way, I think it's a good thing at that point in the battle that he did, wait a minute. I don't know if he had to turn into a fighting type there. You're right. What does Terra Fighting do? He already resists Crunch. That's a good point. I don't know why he Terra'd there either. Shout out Ali Fazio for becoming an agent. Actually, hold on. You guys are right. I didn't realize Crunch already resist. I actually don't realize that either. I don't understand either. Maybe he didn't know I was banded. Maybe Terra for Stealth Rock if I were to get rocks up, but my Ting Lu already died and rocks weren't up. Maybe he just wants to be able to switch into Sacred Sword later on. Yeah, that's what I would think. That makes sense. Yeah, you probably... Okay, because honestly, it depends on when you want to Terra in a battle. You know what I mean? You can Terra in a battle, like, at a time where it might seem early. If that Mon is always the Mon you're going to Terra regardless, it's not really making a difference. So, him Terraing there rather than Terraing later on when he would have clicked Sacred Sword, it doesn't really make a difference. So, I think y'all are right. Him Terraing there is perfectly fine. In case he wants to take the Sacred Sword. Hatterene comes in as I go for a Protect. The reason I went for Protect is because I didn't know if he was banded or not. And I wanted to see what he would do if he would just go for Sacred Sword. Either way, pretty sure Protect was an ass play. I'm not Rest, though, so I don't really have a way to recover HP. If I was Rest, I would have just cursed and Rest and swept right here. But I'm fucking Protect Curse. So, yeah, I'm not Rest at all. I'm Protect Curse. If I was Rest, I would have just fucking Calm Minded to +6 there. But unfortunately, I mean, Curse to +6 and then killed everything. But unfortunately, my stupid-ass Dondozo is fucking not Rest. Either way, Corviknight comes out there and gets blown up by Sacred Sword because that's now banded. You got to remember. So this shit is getting goobed. This shit is getting ownaged. Hatterene comes in here as he goes into Golden Go. Makes it rain right there. That shit gets blown up. Unfortunately. This is how it goes, though. If you bring Pussy Stall, this is unfortunately how life usually goes. I curse right here. You know the vibes. I go for the late game sweep as he brings in Hat. He goes for Nuzzle there, which I think he should have just rather gone hard into Garchomp instead of going into Hat. Because Nuzzling me doesn't really make a difference if I'm already diminishing my speed. So Him going this, he probably should have just gone into Garchomp. Either way, I curse again, knowing that Hatterene can't really do too much to me. This is looking good. I go for, what do I go for? I think I go for curse again. Yeah, but I get paralyzed, which is tough. I went for curse again, hoping that I would be able to boost enough to where wave crash would be able to kill Garchomp, but unfortunately, he gets the first para. I wave crash there. It's not able to kill. That's just how it goes. I do think, though, that if I did not get parried the first time and I wave crashed there, I would have been at 66 plus lefty 72. Could have been shiced. Dondozo could have been shiced. But I get Dragon Tailed out of there. Unfortunately, got to pay me back for Soul Wind. Champow's in here. Crunches, knocks this thing out. He is up a good amount in Pokemon, though, so it isn't looking too good at this point. I go for Crunch again. It does 85% as I die right there. And then Dondozo comes in. This doesn't kill with Sacred Sword, so I go for Curse, just hoping that he will switch out for no reason. But at that point, I'm going to die. Dondozo dies. I bring in Garganacl, and Garganacl gets pieced. So after bringing this shit stall team that the Base Lord didn't make, I knew that I could never bring a team like this ever again, and we had to move on to Game 2. Game 2 is where I brought a bunch of offensive shit because that is the way to go. I have none other than the strongest Pokemon of all time. So now we're here in Game 2. We go down, unfortunately, in Game 1. Game 1 is a tough loss to take. You know, he was kind of schmoobing, killing everything. Anyway, he basically has the team that I used, except he put Hatterene over Screamtail, and Hatterene is not as good as Screamtail, so this isn't the way to do it. But yeah, basically, you can put Hat or Screamtail or Espeon. Those are like all possible options. Hat is okay, but I personally like Screamtail a lot more because Screamtail is a much healthier ground resist than Hatterene. But sets wise, I knew it was gonna be like Scarf Chi-Yu, probably Banded Moth or Banded Taco rather. Great Tusk. Damn, it's late. Call that shit Hippo. Great Tusk can be a number of things on Sun. It can either be physically defensive, but you can always run just classic Adamant like I had in my battle before as well. And then Roaring Moon is obviously going to be banded on Sun because it gets the +1 speed boost. But I got Chien-Pao again. You always want to have Chien-Pao, folks. You know the vibes. When you have Chien-Pao, you can always fish your way out. So spam that shit versus Soul Wind. I had that shit both games versus Soul Wind, didn't I? No. First game versus Soul Wind, I had Sun. But so far, I'm on a super Chien-Pao streak. So, yes, Sun. I have this team. I got this team from my boy Savoras. It's Choice Banded Chien-Pao and Choice Specs Chi-Yu, a.k.a. the two strongest goobers of all time. Then we have regular bulk up Resto Chest Annihilate. This thing is one of the cheaper Pokemon in the metagame. You can't do shit about this thing when it comes out. You just have to hold your breath and pray that it does not clean sweep your team. Do you think Chien-Pao has a chance to get banned from OU? Chien-Pao could get tested at some point, but I do not think currently that it's ban worthy. It's one of the better mons in the tier, that's for damn sure. But I don't think you have to be worried about it getting banned for a while. Like there's definitely some other shit that takes precedence currently. Like we have Shed Tail, which is so stupid. I think Annihilate and Rage Fist are stupid. I think that what's it called? I think Revival Blessing. I don't know what you're supposed to do about Revival Blessing. I don't even think Revival Blessing is broken. It's Revival Blessing plus fucking Shed Tail screens and Annihilate. All of that combined is what the problem is. Like, why do people always have to put together the most nasty combo of shit when you can put cheese together? I mean, I know why. Because people like that shit a lot. But that's just how it goes, you know? So, Revival Blessing itself is fine. But it's the fact that people have, like, stupid Shed Tail plus screens. It's stupid. It's super lame. Like, this is the new lamest team of all time. Anytime I catch somebody using Lepa Berry Palmot plus Annihilate, in my head I go, very bad, very bad. Shout out Frankie for the dono. How well would Hisuian Zoroark pair with Chien-Pao when it gets released? Since you can bait 4x weak fighting moves behind Ghost Normal Disguise. Oh, that's going to be crazy. If Hisuian Zoroark had a better BST, the leaked BST was that it was supposed to have 110 speed and 125 special attack. But for some fucking reason, Game Freak decided, actually, let me own all of y'all, and we're gonna give it Zoroark's terrible stats, and it has 105 speed and like one whatever special attack. Either way, it's ass. Hisuian Zoroark would have been amazing if he had 110 speed, but they totally hoed him with 105. Either way, we're still gonna make him work here at the agency because Disguise is one of the coolest abilities of all time. I regret not using Zoroark more in the past because it's a very cool show-off Iman. Yo, Blunder, does Rage Fist keep its boost when you Revival Blessing? Yes, it does. That's why Revival Blessing is so damn annoying with Annihilate, because they keep all their Rage Fist boosts. And you Unterra, so sometimes it's actually even good. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Alright, anyways. Game 2, let's hop up in this bitch. I got a stronger team. More bulky offense, but I ditched the stall. I didn't want to bring no Garganacl Dondozo. This guy was bringing too many offensive Pokemon, and all Fatmons get blown up by what's it called, Golden Go. And the fact that they all get blown up by Golden Go, I couldn't risk that again. So I was like, I don't want to bring a fat team. That was my one and done tried. I don't really test these teams before I bring them to tournament. I just bring them because they look good. Usually I can tell though when I look at a team if it's going to be decent, if it's going to be like. If it has the potential to win, I usually can just look at it and know. You know what I mean? So this team I saw and I was like, yeah, this shit is pretty fire. I think this is a good pick. I lead off with Annihilate. Reason I let off with Annihilate is if he leads off with Torkoal, I can taunt the shit turn 1. But I'm thinking I let off with this. If I was him, I would have let off with Slitherwing. Or I would have let off with, I don't know, Slitherwing or something else. Either way, Annihilate just seemed like a good lead. Nothing on his team can OHKO me unless his Chi-Yu is Specs. And it's likely not Specs because he has Sun support. Specs under the sun is ridiculously greedy. You should run Scarf always. He leads off with Roaring Moon, which is a big threat. I go for the Drain Punch immediately as Crunch does 66%. I do 70% back, which is great. So he goes for Crunch right off the bat. I guess he was really scared that I would... I don't know, that I would try to set up immediately with a bulk up if he switched out, which I definitely understand, because if I do bulk up and he goes into something like Torkoal or Great Tusk, then what the fuck is he gonna do? I'm gonna literally start getting +6 and he's gonna get scared. So I kind of understand his panic and clicking Crunch, but also clicking Crunch is not a good play either because I still get a free Rage Fist boost. I do a really big amount of damage to this, so now I can kill it with either U-turn from Corv, EQ from Claude, or whatever move from Chi-Yu. Annihilate does take the chunk, but regardless, I am still at 63%. So he does do good damage, but I am Resto Chest, so not the end of the world like I'm saying. I switch out here and I bring out Corviknight as he's going to go for Crunch again. It does 38%. I'm max Fizdef Corv this time, so we're able to eat that like it's nothing. He doesn't Terrastalize, which is great, because if he did Terrastalize, this would have potentially been a 2-hit KO. But it only does 38% like I said. We're going to really be able to just roost that off this turn. And I think that is exactly what I do. I do is just roost that off because I want to be able to bring in Corviknight every single time on Roaring Moon. He has effectively sacked his Roaring Moon in the first 2 turns of the battle, which is really good, right? Roaring Moon is his fastest Pokemon, except for Scarf Chi-Yu. And in general, that thing was the biggest nuisance just to like Claude, and it was really also just for Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is faster than everybody, except for his own Scarf Chi-Yu. But his Chi-Yu can't OHKO me. So my Chi-Yu was looking like it was in a beautiful position as soon as he let his Roaring Moon take all these hits for no reason. So Corviknight comes in here and roosts as Torkoal is in. I just U-turn out of there, and I'm going to bring in my Great Tusk. The reason I went into Elon Tusk is because I assumed he would either go for a Rocks, a Yawn, or something like that. He is just going to go for the Lava Plume on the switch, and he does burn me, which is kind of annoying because I would have been able to just go for a knockoff on the switch. Now I'm thinking, okay, he's either going to go for a Rocks or he's going to go hard into Hatterene. Either play is fine. If I was in his spot, I probably would have gone into Slitherwing and prioritized getting off offensive momentum. But I don't know. It's also tough because if I do get up Rocks, that's really shitty for him. So yeah, I am AV Tusk, by the way. I'm AV Tusk. That's why Lava Plume only did 24%. It's Assault Vest Tusk. This guy's meant to rapid spin forever. This is a literal spin forever. Meanwhile, Clodsire is the rocker on this team. So that is a double ground we're rocking, guys. This shit is heat, though. AV Tusk is probably the best set, not gonna lie. AV Tusk is really solid. I was sleeping on it in the beginning, but having a specially defense invested Tusk always puts in work. Like it always is able to cook. I used to just run physically defensive all the time, but when you run special defense on Tusk, you live a lot of shit that you normally wouldn't. I mean, his special defense stat fucking sucks, right? You see 53 base and it's terrible. But if you do 252 HP, 252 speed Tusk, not 252 speed, sorry, 252 HP, 252 Spadef and Impish, so you don't even have to be plus Spadef. You can still live a lot of special moves. Like I ran that in tournament before. Max HP, max Spadef, Impish, and you're able to live like max special attack Moonblast from Iron Valiant and stuff like that. Tusk can really be custom made to do a whole lot of different things. So I really do really love it. Shout out AR in the chat. Your commentary is always awesome. You go over all possible plays for yourself and the opponent. I appreciate it, bro. Love doing tournament commentary. Love when the agency pulls up for these tournament videos and streams. We got a lot of viewers in the chat right now. We got 1,100 people. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. As always, I gotta ask the chat because I actually haven't asked yet. Where is everybody tapping in from right now? Let me know in the chat. Where are y'all from? Where are y'all from? It's 1 a.m. here in NYC. I gotta ask. Where is everybody from right now? Tell me right now. Ohio, more New York, Maryland, Philippines, New Jersey, Singapore, Illinois, okay. Argentina, Australia, Ireland, okay. Amsterdam, Hong Kong, Montreal, okay. Worldwide is a bitch. New Zealand, we got hella USA, you know the vibe. South Carolina, California, Boston, Dallas, Texas. Ooh, Budapest is fire. Bahamas, oh, Japan, Netherlands, India. That's what I like to see. British Columbia, Peru. We really got agents all over this bitch. That's what I love to see. Cleveland, Mexico. Yo, the agency is worldwide. Remember, you really might just see a fellow agent anywhere. You really might just see a fellow agent anywhere. Iraq, wow. Malaysia, wow. Amazing. This brings a smile to my face for real. It's actually crazy when you see people from just fucking everywhere. Heat. Agency tap in. We really taking over. Brazil. Hell yeah. He said your mom's room. My mom's room. I'm gonna tell you something. Indecent comment. My God. That's all I can say about that. Merch about to be worn worldwide. It already is, my good sir. It already is. It already is. Great to see where everyone's from. I always do love asking in the chat. Thank you for all answering always. It's hype. It's hype to see where everyone's from. So, anyways, like I said, I bring in my Chi-Yu knowing that he's more than likely just going to bring in his Hatterene or he's going to go for rocks there. I have Chi-Yu in so he has no switching really at all. I go for the overheat here as he brings in Great Tusk and that shit gets O-code immediately. The reason I went for overheat is because I'm Specs. I don't want him to bring in his Chi-Yu expecting me to be anything else. If since I am Specs, overheat O-codes Chi-Yu. So overheat is always a kill. He brings in his own boss here. I got to get out of there. I sack my Great Tusk. If he sacks his Tusk, I figure fuck it, you can have my Tusk too. Shimon. And we do that. Now I bring in Chi-Yu again, and I'm just going to overheat back because that is really what this bullshit game is. It's just this stupid little fish comes out and it overheats back and forth. I overheat him there, I miss, but it really doesn't make no type of difference because Chi-Yu is in the cut sitting sideways. Chi-Yu is nasty. But anyways, I need you all to understand something. As good as Chi-Yu is, there's a Pokemon on the block that really does a lot of damage to the Chi-Yu family tree. See, Chi-Yu stock is a high. To buy one share of Chi-Yu, that shit is like, it's like $500 right now. But who do I have in the third slot who was born ready? Oh wait, I sacked Champao first, my bad. First I sacked Champao to Flamethrower, because Champao's useless. Then I bring in the boss, right. So first I have to sack my Champao. I decided to sack Champao because it's walled by Torkoal. It's gonna lose to Scarf Chi-Yu, and it's walled by Slitherwing. So I figured fuck that guy, I no longer need him whatsoever. Claudacious, aka Muddy Buddy, comes out here and he starts to swag on the ops. Nothing can be done. Roaring Moon comes out here as I just set up my rocks. Corviknight was preserved the entire game. just so that he could come in and take a hit from Roaring Moon and kill this thing with helmet. I had nothing for this thing to do besides kill Salamence with its own helmet. And Salamence does just decide to crunch into Corviknight, get some damage, but it doesn't make any real difference. The fact that I was able to get up rocks means that now I have to worry about his Chi-Yu and his Torkoal a lot less, and my EQs from my Claudacious are a way bigger threat too. So he brings in Chi-Yu. I'm not even worried about Chi-Yu because if the sun isn't up, I know Clodsire doesn't take shit. And as you can see, Clodsire really doesn't take shit. Flamethrower only did 32. In fact, I didn't even have to sack my Chien-Pao here on turn 10. Because if Flamethrower only did 32 here, that means in Sun it does 48. And Sun wore off. So I actually could have not even sacked my Chien-Pao. Just to give you guys a little look at what the Muddy Buddy can do. Like Claude, sometimes Claude comes out and he just skates on the competition like it's nobody's business. You know? Muddy Buddy is... He's my buddy, you know. He smiles at the competition. He sets up rocks. He recovers. He toxics. He's unaware, so you're not doing shit regardless. What is the song in the background? The song in the background is Risey K, The Battle. I use this song for literally all tournament stuff I ever do. Here is a link to it if you don't have it on you. Here's a link to it. Go check it out and definitely go show Risey K some love. He is one of the greatest Pokemon YouTubers ever, and just, I mean, he's not even a Pokemon YouTuber. He's a video game beats, all beats, everything. He got some of the greatest beats of all time. We love Risey K here at the agency. It's one of the fucking goats. But yeah, dude goes for a Flamethrower here, right? It does 32%. I'm leftovers and not boots, which is really great for me, as he just brings in his wing. I am just going to go for Earthquake. I don't want to double. I don't really have any reason to. Also, I'm not too worried about whatever he switches into if it is going to be Slitherwing, because I can always just go into my Corviknight. Corviknight doesn't beat Chi-Yu, it doesn't beat Torkoal, and it only switches into Slitherwing once. So I know that Corviknight is fine to just, you know, come in on Slitherwing. Slitherwing goes for a CC. It does 53%, which is crazy, but that shows that he's definitely banded. He's probably jolly banned, seeing as it only did 53. I feel like Adamant would have done way more, but Corviknight is defensive as shit, so regardless, yeah, he does a lot of damage. I'm going to switch out here and bring him on Annihilate. I'm still a Ghost type. I haven't used Terrastalize yet, so I don't have to worry about nothing as he brings out his Torkoal. I believe I just go for a Bulk Up. Yeah, I go for a Bulk Up here, and then I'm going to go for the Rage Fist. I'm Resto Chest and not Taunt, unfortunately, so that is something I have to deal with there. I go for Drain Punch here as he just goes for a Lava Plume. Fortunately, no burn, but he is going to crit me. I'm going to bulk up again, knowing that even if he burns me, it's not going to kill me. And I want to stall his Sun as much as I can, take full advantage of my rest. He has to crit me again for him to kill me. And there's no way he's going to get 2 crits in a row because math doesn't work that way. So he just goes for Lava Plume. Only does 23%. So maybe even with a crit that wouldn't have killed. Annihilate is way too bulky. I rest up here and my Chesto Berry does activate, but he makes a great play going for Yawn actually. So he makes a great play going for Yawn, as I'm now going to bring in my Corviknight as a sack as he goes for Lava Plume again. I'm now just going to bring back an Annihilate. I am at full HP, so that's great for me. Rage Fist, knock that shit out as he's going to bring back in Chi-Yu. The sun is up, right? So I know that this thing is probably going to be able to cook me like anything. If anything, it's time for him to Terrastalize, knowing that he's going to be able to knock me out only with Terra. I am full Spadef. Now, here's the thing. I tell you guys always that Annihilate needs to be Terra Water. My boy passed me this team, but it's Terra Dark Annihilate. It's also Terra Grass Chi-Yu. So both of my Terra types on my most important Pokemon were shit. If my Annihilate was Terra Water like they all should be, I would have just Terra Water right there and been fine. But unfortunately, my bro had Terra Dark. I don't know why he had Terra Dark. It had to be a mistake. You literally should never have anything besides Terra Water on Ape. But that's basically why I made these plays, because otherwise I would have Terra Watered every day of the week. Either way, I go into Chi-Yu here. Even if he Terra'd into a Fire type, I'm still going to win unless he crits me. It does 60%, but we're fine. I'm able to Dark Pulse there, knock him out. And fortunately, guys, we're going to get out of here with our life, because we're going to Dark Pulse the next Slitherwing. But, phew. We're able to get out of there. Chi-Yu, the broken monster, is able to tie it up 1-1. You know how he does it. This stupid fish is stupid. Homie had a bad day with the Spothra for that Terra Dark. Wait, you might be right, bro. My bro might have had a bad day. and that's why he had that. Facts, Astro Boy. 2,000 votes, but only 900 likes. It would seem as though some agents might be lying. Dishonesty is not an agency quality. I'm gonna need all y'all to pause what you're doing and like the stream. Then tell your parents to hop on their Gmail accounts and like the stream, and tell them to comment saying, Shimon, this brought my family together. What you like more, the Zom tour or the No Johns one? I like friend tours a lot, plus. I think they're quite a lot of fun, but nothing gets me going like a good individual tournament. An individual tournament is where I used to compete all the time. Team tournaments are always fun, but they're fun when you play with your friends, so I don't know. Tough question. For now, though, I would love to win the Scarlet Violet tournament if I could. That would be really awesome. That being said, let's move on to game 3. This one is crazy. My Terra this game was I didn't Terra at all. I didn't even Terra this game because I didn't have Terra water on my ape. If I did, I would have Terra'd my ape, but I didn't have an opportunity to Terra. That's pretty cool. You don't always have to Terra to win. Frankie Gregory, you seem like you play the trap sax song, not gonna lie. My mom just said, Shimon, this has brought my family together. That is so happy. Can you tell your mom that she needs to gift 10 new members at once? Otherwise, nothing will satisfy the agency. So please tell all your mothers that they all gotta gift 10 members for the agency to continue on their merry way. Thank you. This is so beautiful. So I got this team. I got this team from the boss. You know who the boss is? The base lord himself. He gave me this team featuring Baxcalibur, the boss. Big Bax. You know who Bax is? Bax is Duraludon's left cousin. You see Baxcalibur, right? This guy, he's so bulky. He's so bulky. He has 145 attack. Ice Dragon typing, just like a big OG Kyurem used to have. This is the Sub-Dragon Dance Baxcalibur featuring the Chilly Reception Slowking. So CTC gave me this team a while ago. I used it on ladder for a few games. It was very fun. We got a double regenerator core. We got Dirge Nowitzki in the back. As we all know, I'm a big fan of Dirge. And then we have Chiampao because I can't play Pokemon without Chiampao anymore because it's just too fast and it's too good. So Baxcalibur is Sub-Dragon Dance in the Hail. He has a really strong offensive team. Just basically hyper offense with all the most poppinest Mons. And then Rotom Garchomp, which will always be a good defensive core for offensive teams. But other than that, I was looking at the matchup and I was thinking, okay, just have to be smart around Rotom and probably Chiampao. My team is really weak to Chiampao. If you're looking at my team, everything dies to Icicle Crash, Crunch, and Sacred Sword. And that is unfortunately just how the team is. The team has since been updated. It now has a Corviknight and an Iron Shreds. That helps quite a bit with the aforementioned Chiampao weakness. But when I brought this variation, it was a little weak to Chiampao. However, I wasn't that concerned because here's the thing with Chiampao. You can always Terrastalize your Dirge into a Fairy type, and then you're going to be able to check Chiampao as long as they don't freeze you with Icicle Crash. But as long as bros like PokeMMD continue pushing the agenda that you should use Ice Spinner, I'm in for a jolly good time because it means I do not have to ever worry about getting flinched because the opponent's going to use Ice Spinner, aka no chance of saving yourself from a losing position. As long as they keep pushing the Ice Spinner agenda, I will continue winning as a result. So go Ice Spinner, woohoo, yes sir, Ice Spinner, yes sir. Anyways, let's keep it pushing. So I got this team. You know the vibes. Dragon Dance Baxcalibur. I lead off with Great Tusk, aka Great Tuskathy. Agency Don Fanatic. You know what the vibes are. I have to have the Great Tusk, right? We don't win Pokemon games without Great Tusk. What happened game 1? Did anything happen when I didn't have Great Tusk? I got blown up. No plays whatsoever. Owned. Ownage. Blunder, how much did you pay Mr. Joey Aim to spread this Ice Spinner propaganda? Well, as you know, the PokeMMD feature price is extremely expensive. But what you don't know is that the PokeMMD lobbying price is even more expensive. Yes, agency, it did cost me a cool 15K to get Joey to start pushing the Ice Spinner narrative. However, these are agency moves. Oftentimes, we need these things to happen to continue to advance the metagame, and so I made a quick investment to the AMMD fund to get those things in motion. And there we are. Ice Spinner also has no chance of missing and losing in the winning position. Whatever. I flinched from the losing position and then turned it into a winning position. 1 bazillion IQ. All right, let's keep it pushing. Agency Don fan. I go into a Moongus here as he's just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. He misses, which is pretty awesome for me. Doesn't make too much of a difference, but I mean, hey, not going to complain about dodging something, right? Go for Giga Drain on the switch. I know Golden Go is going to come in, but I don't give a fuck about Golden Go whatsoever. He tricks me and takes my Rocky Helmet as I go for a foul play. I figured he would trick immediately, but I'm also really weak to Golden Go with this team. You can see I have everybody weak to Steel and Ghost. So my goal is really just to chip this thing as quick as possible every time. He goes for Recover here, which is honestly great for me. I was assuming he would just make it rain, which is why I went into my Slowking. But he goes for Recover instead, so that works out. Him being Trick Recover means that he's probably just dual stab, and that's not a big deal. Because him not having Focus Blast means that, I don't know what him not having Focus Blast really means. I don't think it really does anything. Maybe this was good for him. Shimon. Alright, so I have Pluto in here. I go for Chilly Reception. As you can see, Shadow Ball does jack shit, 48% because I'm max HP, max Spadaf. Even if Golden Joe is so annoying on the special side and it gets stabbed, you need to understand that Don Dada Big Hendrix is the king of taking special moves. Nobody gets past this guy. Nobody has ever got past this guy. So Shadow Ball does no type of damage, and I Chilly Reception out, and I get out of there, and I bring in my Pow. So I have my Chien-Pao in here. I'm banded, right? Now, I don't want to stay in on the off chance he is Terrastalize fighting, because then he's just going to Terrastalize and kill me with Make It Rain or whatever the fuck. I don't want to lose to... Crunch is too obvious. So I don't want to stay in here, and I also don't want to crunch into Iron Valiant because that's a 4x resist. So I switch out immediately and bring back in Slowking, and it works out perfectly for me because I do bait the Terra correctly. He Terrastalizes into a flying type, which I have seen a couple of times. Golden Go with Flying Terra. In fact, I ran it versus Soulwind in my game too, but I don't know. After using it myself and seeing it, I don't think Flying is that good on Golden Go because you're still weak to Chien-Pao. You still die to Icicle Crash. I don't think you would ever... Why would you ever want to die to an ice move? From, like, if you're going to Terrastalize with a Pokemon that's weak to Chien-Pao, I don't want to be in a situation like that, you know? So, I don't know. I understand Flying, because Flying does deal with Great Tusk, but I'm not a big fan of that. I got to say right now, Agency, I'm not a big fan of that. Also, we're at 976 likes. I'm going to need you all to like the stream right now. Right now. Take us to the promised land of 1,000, folks. Take us to the promised land right now if you haven't already. Let's go. 1,000 likes in the stream right now. Agency boot camp drill. We're going to need this right now. Tap in. Tap in at once. And we're at 1,000 likes. That's what I like to see. Thank you, Agency, in the chat. Let me see some emotes in the chat. Let me see some Mr. Cross in the chat. Some W's. Let me see it all. We got to celebrate. We got the big 1,000. Because everybody knows that we need that. The Agency is fueled by likes on the stream. That is the absolute vibe. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for showing love. It's 1:20 a.m. here, but we're still having a fun ass stream going over this tournament stuff. Shout out my boy Nova in the chat. He said, "Can we get some new members for the one-time facts?" Where the new agents at? Where they at? Where they at? Shout out my boy Nova. Common Blunder W. You know the vibes. We're going to keep going. In the Promised Land, Blunder split the sea leading the way. In the Promised Land, Swampert dodged that Wisp. However, we were not so lucky. Anyways, he goes for Make It Rain there. That shit does jack shit. A Chilling Reception out yet again, which is very free. And I bring in a Moongus. I bring in a Moongus because I didn't really have anybody else I wanted to go into. I didn't want to bring in Dirge because I don't want to make Dirge force his Terra. I don't want to go in Chien-Pao because I don't kill this with Crunch. And I don't want to bring in fucking Baxcalibur because my Baxcalibur is not Thermal Body, it's Ice Body. And I didn't know if he would put 2 and 2 together and see the Hail X Baxcalibur and then go, oh shit, he's Ice Body. So I couldn't have him Wisp me and him be faster. My Baxcalibur is extremely defensive. Shout out Champion Chrome for gifting the membership. Greatly appreciate it. Who got that? Make sure you thank bro. Make sure you thank bro if you got it. And as always, folks, make sure you join the Agency Discord if you did become a member. We be talking in there, we cooking in there. I need to see all y'all in there. All right, so pull up. It's always good vibes over there. So Amoongus is in here. I go into Baxcalibur here. I know he's not gonna Wisp on a Spore or a Giga Drain, and he's gonna Volt Switch, which is why I went into Baxcalibur. Now, in my head, I was thinking this might just be like when I brought Swampert in, expecting Volt Switch, and they Wisped. This might just be that day. Fortunately, it was not that fucking day and he volt switched. As you can see, volt switch does 8%. Because I'm max Spadef on Excalibur. This is not meant to take damage from anything. Ice Body and Leftovers put me back in 100%. Shimon as Slowking comes in here as he goes for Moonblast. It does 28%, which is jack shit. I go for Slack off as he goes for a Thunderbolt. No, I Chilly Reception and bring in Pow. Now, I don't kill. Oh, because on this shit-ass team, this was Ice Spinner. I changed it after the Icicle Crash. You want to know something funny? Ice Spinner KOs. Ice Spinner doesn't KO Valiant. Icicle Crash does. How beautiful, right? Shout out Piz and shit, gifting the 5 members. We love you, bro. We love you here at the agency. Are we going to 700 tonight, folks? 700 hype in the chat. We going to 700 tonight. But anyway, Spinner doesn't KO Iron Valiant. So because I have that ball sack ass move and not Icicle Crash, I actually have to retreat from my situation. If I had Icicle Crash, shout out Piz and shit. He said I want that motherfucking merch, man. I'm telling you, bro. This new capsule, when it drops, y'all not gonna know how to behave. I cannot wait to share this with y'all. I cannot wait to share this with y'all. I want to make a new agency ad too. I want to go on Fiverr though. I need to bring back Fiverr Fridays because that's just so fucking funny. I have that plan too. Can you stream Fiverr on YouTube? Can you do that? You got to be able to stream that, right? You can probably do whatever on YouTube. When is the merch dropping? The merch is dropping within the next 10 days. We're recording a beautiful merch promo video very, very soon. And by very soon, I mean in the next 72 hours. We're going to get that cooked up. My boy Nova, as always. You know, he's going to be cooking that up. Camera God. Film genius. The new Martin Scorsese. We're going to be putting that together. And then hopefully by the second week of December, guys, we will be able to drop. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. We got sweats, crews, shirts, slides, trucker hats, embroidery. Y'all are not ready. Y'all are not ready. I cannot wait to show y'all this stuff. Anyways, I have to switch out my shit because I have the cringe Ice Spinner and I bring back in my Pluto on Moonblast. Now here, he has T-Bolt and he goes for it as I just slack off. But unfortunately, something far more sinister is about to happen. Are you ready? Bro has knockoff. Folks, never in all my life did I expect the Goobingtons like that. He had the knock. So while I thought I walled his bitch ass because they're all Shadow Ball, he actually had something shiesty with knockoff. I always think that Shadow Ball is better for Golden Go, right? Knockoff as an attack option literally only hits Slowking. However, knockoff still removes items. So that being said, that was shiest. I think it's Expert Belt, judging by the fact that it KO'd me. Actually, maybe it's not Expert Belt because Thunderbolt only did 31%. I don't know. Wait, no, he was Booster Energy, wasn't he? When he came in the first time, wasn't he Booster? What was he? No, he wasn't Booster. I don't know what his item was. Either way, he knocks off my Pluto's rock and I fucking die. So I lose my Slowking, which is an incredibly important Pokemon to have. I lose it like a dumbass and now I can't set the hail up. So I was like, oh, question mark, question mark, question mark. I bring in Durgiano here because I need a free switch in. Durge comes in here and goes for a Torch Song on the switch into Garchomp. Not really too worried about that. Turn into a Fairy type here just so I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm Spadef Durge, not Fizdef. And because of that, I didn't want to stay in and Wisp. But I just do that. I'm going to go for a Hex here, I believe. That does a shit ton of damage. Good job, Durge. You're doing your thing. As we just go for a Torch Song again to put us at +2. Perfect, perfect, perfect. He's going to bring in that big gold guy. Make it rain on these hoes. Rock Kentucky Blue on these hoes. You know how it goes. He's going to go for Make It Rain, as Golden Go always does. I hate the Make It Rain animation. This bro literally pulls up on you like the Kool-Aid man. Look at him. Just like, boom. Like, just jumping right, like, on. Like, what is this sumo fucking move, bro? Sumo body slam ass, Kool-Aid man ass move. Look at this. I hate this move's animation like anything. Getting hit by this makes me so mad. What is this violating ass move, bro? Body slamming me for no damn reason. It's ridiculous. Super Mario ass Shimon. He Shadow Balls there and he kills me as I bring in Great Tusk. The great part is him turning into a flying type means that I can finally get off my spin for free as he goes into Rotom. Garchomp is dead, so those hazards are no longer there. I do need those hazards gone so that my Excalibur can do what it's got to do. I bring in Durge here knowing that no matter what he goes for, I take no damage whatsoever. He goes for a Thunder Wave here as I just go for the Will-O-Wisp, but unfortunately we get paralyzed, which sucks. I'm Spadef, as you can see from that low damage, as he brings hard in his Roaring Moon. I get parried again on Wisp. I was like, yo, that's not very agency of you, Skeledirge. It's not very agency of you. However, I need you to understand something about Skeledirge. He doesn't give a fuck. This dude goes for Earthquake, it does 24%. I wisp that like it's my job. Dirge Nowitzki was created in a lab. He was created in a lab with one purpose and one purpose only. To turn into the Generation 9 Clefable and completely stomp out fairy types. So this shit takes no damage from Earthquake. Regardless of the double para turn, we're able to wisp Roaring Moon like it's our job. Here I go for the slack off, but he gets a third para in 4 turns. I was like, yo, Skeledirge, stop being stupid, Skeledirge. What are you doing? That was special D. I believe I'm mixed defense, now that I see the Earthquake. Anyways, I have to stay in here and die to make it rain, which is a shame. The 3 paras in 4 turns is quite not agency of you, Skeledirge. Quite not agency. Unfortunately, Dirge goes down there. At 52% in parried, he's not really going to be able to wall anything. And I also don't have any free switch-ins. And here's where we go into full agency mode. So, Skeledirge goes down there as he goes for Make It Rain. I now bring in my Chimpao. I'm going to go for the Crunch instead. Oh my god. Fucking balls. I always do this, man. Alright, don't worry. We're good. We're good. We're good. I Crunch here. Now, the reason I Crunch... I always choke the replay, folks. Don't say L. Don't say L in the chat. It brings a tear to my eye when y'all giving me the L for no reason. I'm not deserving of such L's. I'm not deserving of such L's, please. Look, look, look. I go for Crunch here, right? Crunch satisfies 2 things. If he wants to choke and go into Rotom, great. I get a big-ass hit. If he wants to stay in, I don't kill. That is what I was thinking about. So I go for Crunch. It doesn't kill. He damages me with Helmet, and he hits me again with Make It Rain. Now I got bro right where I want him. I was praying that he would just stay in and think, let me sack my Golden Go at this point, and think that he has it wrapped up with Iron Valiant. I got him right where I want him. Right where I want him. Now, he still has Make It Rain. I want you all to guess how much this Make It Rain does to Baxcalibur at -2. It's still super effective. It's still a stab 120 base power steel type move. I want y'all to take a big guess how much this Make It Rain does to this hoe. Watch this shit. Oh, no, no, baby. Oh, no, no, no. He didn't expect it. Because everybody expects Baxcalibur to be the same offensive shit. He didn't know we was rocking the max HP, max Spadef. Oh, no. So we get up a DD there because you know what time it is. It's agency time, baby. I'm on Savage time. We DD again. Folks, what would you click here if you were in my position? What would you click here now? Surely you would Glaive Rush, right? And pray that it would kill, right? However, no. No! Baxcalibur. DD again, ho. He goes for Volt Switch. We on Savage time. We on Savage time. He goes into Golden Go again. I'm going to Icicle Spear that guy. Baxcalibur continues to get all of his HP back. Can't break this shit sub with nothing. I said, hold on. Rotom Wash again. Let me DD up again as he Volt Switches. That's not breaking. Hold on. You know who this is? Shimon. So Baxcalibur takes it. Goes for Icicle Spear here. I believe this kills in 2 hits like it's nothing. Baxcalibur continues to get all his HP back. Do you know how bulky this shit is, folks? I go for Glaive Rush here. It OHKOs in 1 hit because Baxcalibur with 0 attack is still fucking Baxcalibur. Alright? He's still Baxcalibur. Never disrespect this Mon. This is a pure champion Mon. Alright? But y'all aren't ready for how this battle ends. This is beyond ridiculous. Just keep watching. He brings in Chimpao here. Now I make a true agency stupid ass play and I don't Dragon Dance. I didn't Dragon Dance because I didn't know what his Chimpao was. But regardless, I should have Dragon Danced. Because what the fuck else what should I have done? Like, I should have Dragon Danced. Either way, he Sucker Punches there as I go for Glaive Rush and knock him out. Now, I assumed at +3, Icicle Spear would KO. How do you all think happens? What do you all think happens next turn? What do you all think happens? What do you all think happens with Icicle Spear next turn? What do you think happens? And what did I click on turn 36? What move did I click on turn 36? Glaive Rush. And what does Glaive Rush do to you? So we need to go back and we need to see this turn 36, folks. We need to see this turn 36. All right, now just keep watching. 1, 2, and then Moonblast only does 64, and we live that shit and we Icicle Spear back. Now let me tell you something. A lot of you are wondering, how the fuck did it not kill with Moonblast after Glaive Rush? Because that makes no fucking sense, right? Well, it turns out the server glitched and did not register the shit correctly. And so I didn't even know. I didn't even care because I barely knew how Glaive Rush worked. It turns out the fucking server had Glaive Rush registered wrong. And so then so bro hit me up. He said, yo, if we have to replay it because of a glitch, are you down to replay it? And I said, yeah, okay. I won't take a illegitimate win. But then it turns out in Smogon's official handbook, or whatever rulebook, it clearly states that any glitches in tournament are fair game. And so I was like, oh? No, I would never like put my foot down and be like, no, I'm taking a hacks win. But it's just in the rules regardless. So they were like, it don't matter if you want to debate. That's just how it goes. And I need to tell you guys something insane that happened. Okay, hold on. Shout out Frankie. Shout out Frankie for the dono. The U.S. government was literally watching this battle. No, I got to tell you something. So a couple months ago, or a year ago or some shit in tournament, you guys got to hear this shit. A couple years ago in tournament, here's what happened. Or not years ago, sorry. A couple months ago in tournament, just this year. In a finals of a team tournament, so 12 on 12, a dude had a Zarude. The dude clicked jungle healing with his Zarude. And the Zarude did not recover any HP. It just did not fucking work. You gotta understand, Showdown has so much shit on it that sometimes shit just does not register. So the bitch did not recover any HP. And the dude lost as a result of his Zarude recovering no HP. And his entire team lost the finals. Can you imagine how fucking mad they must have been? Can you imagine the sheer rage that must have happened? Yo. So anyways, we can just assume that the powers that be were trying to bail us out after Dirge Nowitzki got paralyzed 3 times in 4 turns and Icicle Spear hit 2 times. This is definitely the most hilarious win I've ever had because we fucking broke science, dude. How the fuck is this even possible? How the hell is this? How is this possible? So, I understand, like, I would agree that it's a stupid rule too, but also like Showdown has probably so many bugs like this in tournaments that they're probably like, we don't give a fuck. I will say this though, the jungle healing thing in a finals is insane. This is a random round 3 in an unofficial tournament, so they're not gonna really fight for nothing. But that shit is crazy. Hilarious way to go out. But fortunately with Excalibur, despite you hitting 2 times like a noob, agency hacked the source code. It was an agency shonen upset. Was bro mad when you said no rematch? No, I never said no rematch. I said I would rematch if we had to, but it was just never an option for us to rematch. That's just like that's how it is. Like there's no rules where you can like gentleman's agreement to redo or nothing. That's not how the shit works on Smogon. The way it goes is how it goes. That's how it is. You're not allowed to do no gentleman whatever. That's not how it works. So regardless of what, if I said like, oh, we could redo it, that's not how it works. That the rules are the rules. So fortunately, folks, we win based on a hilarious little technicality. Would we call this a Mickey Mouse win? Perhaps. But you know what? Agent Excalibur with the Packingtons. All in all, I was very pleased. I was very pleased with Excalibur. This is a Daffy Duck win. Mickey tournament is so funny. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fun little 2-hour stream. Make sure, guys, if you haven't already, you do follow the agency Instagram. I would love for you all to be following that for when we do drop, so you can see all the beautiful stuff that we have planned. This was a blast of a stream. Make sure if you did become a member, you do join the server. I want to see you all in there. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys my round 4 match and onwards and onwards and onwards. And like I said, please go follow the Instagram. Y'all be asking me when the merch is coming out. all this different stuff, information here, information this, that, all that stuff. Go follow the IG. It's all there. Release date, materials, all that shit. Can't wait for that. Again, thank you guys so much for the love. This stream was a blast. And we'll be back tomorrow with more. Shema.